Hi everyone, this is a quick edit for Melissa, just a little bit of online instruction here. Whenever we have a horizon line, usually at a lake or an ocean, is when this really becomes an issue. It's much more professional to show the intention of the photographer by making sure that the horizon line is level. And notice how we've got a decided tilt compared to the edge of the frame here. So the quick fix for that is to take the crop tool, which is the fifth one down on the left here, and click that, and then come over to your picture and click once, and you get this 9-way grid, which is very handy, by the way, for the rule of thirds and finding a focal point that's adjusted to the rule of thirds. Notice that this log is very close to this bottom third, which is excellent, and that the horizon line is related to the top third. So compositionally this is strong according to that rule. And once you click here, if you move your cursor to the outside corner, it doesn't matter which one, you see a curvy arrow here. So I click and drag and just straighten out that horizon line like that, and then hit the check mark at the top, and that straightens that out. Okay, simple. The next thing is to gather the light at the focal point a little bit, very subtly, and to darken the edges subtly to help reinforce this focal point. So to do that, I like to take the elliptical marquee, which is hiding underneath the rectangular marquee. So click that, come to the center, or your focal point, and then hold down the Alt key and pull out an ellipse about like that. And what we're going to do is end up darkening the outer edge and slightly lightening the inner. But first we have to select feather. See this button up here, select and mask, and click that. And over on the right here is the slider that says feather. Okay, so we slide that up to get a really deep feather on this, like something like that. I've got 553 pixels on this. And so this is a very subtle blending, and then we want to invert this because what first we're going to do is darken the outer edge a little bit. So I'm going to click invert and then OK. Alright, I'm going to hide this selection, and that'll help us see what I'm going to do next a little better. So I'm going to hit Control H, and that'll hide it. It's still there. And then when I darken light areas, I find that image adjustment, brightness, contrast works better than levels. So that's for darkening light areas. And again, we don't want to go overboard on this, so I'm just going to take this brightness down a little bit, about like that. Okay, nothing too dramatic, and say OK. That's minus 32 there. And then I'm going to invert the selection again. So you can come up here to select inverse, or if you do this all the time, Shift Control I is the shortcut. Okay, so here it is again. I'm going to hide it once more with a Control H, and this time, because I'm going to lighten, I'm going to use levels, and you find that with image adjustment, levels, or Control L is the shortcut. Okay, and I do have a full histogram here, which means that I don't have, if I pull this highlight slider in, I'm going to clip some of the highlights. So all I'm going to do is move the midtones over a little bit, just a little bit, just to brighten up the center a touch. Again, we're talking about small increments, small subtleties, and nothing overly dramatic. Good. So those two things really, I think, improve the picture a lot. Let's take a look at the difference. So here's our history up here, and when I open the picture, it looked like that. When I finished, it looks like this. One more time. Open like that. Finish like this. That's it. See you on the blog.